Years ago, when I wrote my first book, Surviving the Economic Collapse, based on my experience going through just that in Argentina, one of the things I struggled with was trying to explain people how these things are not always black and white, especially when it's more slow pace, when it's a slow slide down something you are not familiar with. It's not as if you're suddenly living normal life and then you're scavenging the wasteland, like Mad Max, right? This is the perfect example. And I explained that in my book, that you still had your tap water, you still got your water bill, but when you looked at the other side of it, it said not suitable for pregnant women and children under the age of 2 or something like that, which is kind of, I mean, you're charging me for water that's obviously not safe to drink. If it's not safe to drink for pregnant women, why it would be safe for adults? There's something obviously wrong in the water, yet you're not addressing it. You're charging for it. And what is it that I'm supposed to do? You're not quite in that situation where you're heading to the hills or living off the land and filtering water. You won't have a pristine river in the middle of nowhere. The middle of nowhere does no longer exist, even if you are in some park or in some natural environment. It's often in those cases that water is also something that needs to be treated. So what I'm going at here is you have your tap water, but it's not safe to drink. What is the obvious solution? Get yourself a water filter. As we see, this is happening right now in UK. Poor sanitation forces Brits to boil water and store in bottles. It is insane. They actually find poo, cow poo, in the water. Maps reveal how tap water riddled with poo was found in 10 UK regions as experts blast. This should not have happened. Well, it is happening. Why? Because of greed. Because these, and it's not just in a couple places. It's all over. It's insane. Look at this map. Everywhere you look, you have contaminated water. Probably in the places they haven't found it, they haven't looked enough. This is simply because corruption, economic struggles, not quite economic collapse, but yes, a lot of corruption, and economic issues. And system by which you are distracted talking about what Victoria Beckham eats so as to look that beautiful at age 60, 50, or what Gary Holloway can or cannot build a swimming pool, while on the other hand, you're being fed cow poo in your water. This is insane. It was not the case before. I remember in Northern Ireland, they had some of the best, I think it still is, pretty good, especially compared to the rest. But Northern Ireland, some of the best water, tap water. Every once in a while, they could have been like an issue with a specific problem and people were warned. But I believe that even till this day, it's pretty good. Not sure, I haven't kept track of it anymore. But tap water is important. It should not have cow feces. This is not normal in civilized places, right? And if it starts becoming normal, maybe, I mean, I looked up this in YouTube just now, just couple minutes ago. Cow feces leaked into damaged water pipes in Devon. Cases of disease more than double after parasite found in drinking water. Do Indians really poo on the streets? The true toilet. I did not even look Indian people's pooing on the street. But this is third world country. There you go. This is exactly what I have in mind. This is third world country we now live in. It is embarrassing. But you know what? I've been through this myself. It is embarrassing, but you still have to deal with it. And if you go, no, it is. If the authorities say it's safe to drink, no, don't be a damn idiot. Look after yourself. That's the only thing that should matter. These politicians are why you're now drinking cow feces in your tap water. This is mostly corruption, guys. This is the money that is not going to where it should be. You know what happened? These companies, they did not invest in proper water treatment. These are the same companies that did not invest in the sewer treatment that was just leaked and thrown into your rivers and then in your beaches, and you would find human feces floating in the water. Human feces or cow feces, you don't want any kind of feces anywhere. In any civilized place, this does not happen. But no matter where you're living, if things start getting more difficult, if economic problems start emerging, combined with a lot of corruption by which, I mean, yeah, You just say you had a little incident. I remember they were saying it just rained too much. It is fucking UK. It rains all the damn time. What are you even talking about? How can that possibly be an excuse? Too much rain. Are you kidding me? And yeah, sure as hell in Northern Ireland it rained a lot, but they got their shit together, at least when I was there, and water was safe to drink and affordable. I don't think I even paid. It was nothing. It was super. But it is supposed to be that way. In a place where there's so much water, it should be affordable, extremely affordable, easy to deal with, and safe to deliver to people. Now, this is because they're not doing their job. They're keeping the money, and you know where the proof is? When you see what they're doing about this, which is nothing. You know what they're doing? They are rewarding these companies. The same companies that are feeding you cow shit are being rewarded by being exempted from the sanctions, and now they're giving more time, more money to, don't do it again this time. No, we won't. We won't keep you feeding you cow shit anymore. And what if they do? They've been doing it all along. They've been lying about it. They will continue to do it, and you will have to continue to boil your water that you're actually paying for. At least, it is embarrassing. This is a joke. Now, what is it you can do? First of all, accept things for what they are. This is happening. Just going into denial and, back in the good old days, we drank water straight out of the toilet and it was fine. No, it's not. Don't be an idiot like that. You'll get sick. You probably even may end up dying, okay? So don't do that. Be smarter than that. Boiling, yes, boiling has always, and I think it's a parasite that they have. It's one of those things that's super easy to deal with if you have a somewhat, crypto is it? Yeah, they have cryptobacteria. It is careful with bleach. Just throwing a few drops of bleach will not fix this problem. It is a lot more resistant to bleach than people think. Boiling water, my suggestion is get a good water filter. I'll leave a link below from Amazon or wherever it is that you can find a couple models. Find something of and I would go with maybe, I think that the ceramic model, the ceramic candles from the Berkey types work. I would feel a lot safer if I had some activated charcoal inside. That is usually the standard by which it absorbs a lot more of contaminants, especially if you have parasites swimming in your water. It means you're basically being fed shit. That's basically what you're dealing with here, all right? So what I would suggest is getting a quality water filter. I leave a few models there below. Check out whatever is available local to you and buy that thing. I've used that I've used that for years. In Argentina, you had your tap water that was, it had a lot of bleach, and it was, anyway, it did not have the crypto living in it, but hell, it was not good. So you filter it, and you filter everything you drink, all right? And maybe except for the water you're boiling, but at this level, when you have cow feces in your water, I would filter everything I'm using. And if I'm living permanently in a place like this, I would strongly consider getting a proper system for the entire household, a big filtering setup so as to filter anything that goes in there. Okay, guys, that's my advice. As always, if you want to learn more about what happens when things start getting a lot more complicated and practical skills on survival and preparedness, surviving the economic collapse, and strongly suggested street survival skills for you to be ready. Guys, see you on our next video. Take care.